My name is Sedona.
And I know the other person.
Yes, my name is Carla.
I think I know that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to have a brief conversation, ladies, about education and how it has been received. Sedona, when you were a young woman, what your greatest educational achievement is, and whether you believe there's a connection between your confidence and the level of education you received. So I know you're in the green room, Soncere. How do you want Carla to participate? Because all three questions seem to be centered on Sidonia's educational experience and her perceptions. So how do you want Mom to participate?
Mom can answer the same questions because she was influenced as well. So,
Got it. Got it.
yep.
So both of you would answer. So Carla, in terms of how you receive and perceive education, and how it impacted your confidence from your mom, and Sidonia, same thing. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
I'm going to start you off solo,
And then bring them in.
once you introduce them,
Thank you very much, sir. I'm ready to go.
we're rolling.
Okay. Good morning, and welcome to Master Class with Stan Matthews. This morning we have a special treat for you. We are going to be interviewing mother-daughter teams, very successful moms and their daughters, because even during this pandemic, people are succeeding and going beyond and going to the next level. So let's get started this morning. We welcome everyone to this morning's interview experience. And I want to thank Miss Hill and Miss Hill. Would you guys introduce yourselves, please, and welcome?
Yes, my name is Carla Hill.
My name is Sedona Hill.
It's a pleasure to meet both of you and welcome this morning. So the topic for the day is education, ladies. And I would ask Sedona first. Sedona, what was your perception of education as a young woman? What did that concept mean to you? What did you believe about it?
Well, education is very important to me. I've always felt that education is important, especially higher education. I have my BS in international business, and I have my MBA in finance. So I feel as though, as a woman, especially as a Black woman, education is super important. I think it opens up a lot of doors. My education has allowed me to travel to all 7 continents of the world. So I've gotten just a ton of exposure on what education can do. I feel very blessed to be able to have the education that I do have. And I do feel as though when you do have higher levels of education, it's almost like a status. You get respected more. And I feel as though every girl should aspire to go to college and get a degree and have a successful career because it's owed to every woman.
Thank you so much for that. But have you been to Mars?
No, I would love to go to space.
Well, there's a company that has that, just call Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
So Mom, what was your perception of education when you were younger? You know, who was the source of your education? And like your daughter, you know, what did you believe about the necessity for education?
So first, I would like to start off and just say that I'm very proud of my daughter and very proud of her accomplishments. And I was influenced by my mom. I'm first generation by graduating from college. I have a BS in computer science. And my mother just instilled in me that education is very important. And that is something that no one can take away from us. So it was just extremely important for me to receive a college degree, and I'm now working on my master's as well. But I had mentors. I had different preceptors in high school that just helped me throughout the journey of being able to go to school and financing it and doing everything that was necessary, because it is so very important. And especially as my daughter said, and being a Black woman, it is even more important that we just have the tools to maneuver and to do the things that we would like to do in life.
Well, you guys are doing far more than maneuvering. You're absolutely slaying it and succeeding at a high level, because your producer is a personal friend of mine, and she only hangs out with eagles. So I already know that you guys are already taking it to the next level. So you implicitly kind of answered it, but I'm going to ask it for our audience anyway. You guys are doing great. Sedona, do you think that the level of education that you've been privileged to receive has contributed to your self-confidence?
Most definitely. I feel as though I can walk in any room, I can sit at any table, and I have a voice and I have the education to back it up. And I think that definitely adds to my confidence, because I feel as though I've studied, I've done the work, and I'm here to contribute to the world, to businesses, and I have the document to back it up. I have the training to do so, and I have the mentors as well.
That's right. That's right. My mother used to say, "Hey, y'all, I got some paper on the wall."
Mm-hmm.
Mom, does it contribute to your self-confidence?
Absolutely. I believe that we are blessed to be a blessing to others. And even within my field, I recruit high school and college interns. So I'm constantly passing on education and the belief of how important it is, and to open up different doors that are available to us. And it has definitely improved my confidence, and it allows me to just pour into others.
Thank you so much. I can just tell you guys both have a very confident, very poised spirit, and I congratulate both of you, not only your educational achievements, but also your achievements in life. Listen, guys, stop trying so hard to fit in when you were born, like Sedona and her mom, Carla, to stand out. Thank you so much for being with us and underscoring the value of education. One last thing, the scripture does say we are transformed by the renewal of our minds. And you can see that these two ladies both exemplify that at the highest level. Listen, guys, keep on prospering, keep on succeeding. We appreciate you taking the time this morning to join me here in Masterclass. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, all right. You guys are awesome. Look at Soncere clapping in the green room.
Oh.
You guys are awesome. So listen, it was a pleasure to meet both of you. Possibly one of these days I'll get to meet you guys either by Soncere inviting you to our Monday evening networking meetings or in some other forum. But whatever you guys are doing, keep on doing it the way you're doing it, taking it to another level.
Thank you so much. And you made it very easy for us as well. So thank you for making it comfortable.
Two of my
And I look
favorite
forward to
people.
meeting you also.
Two of my favorite people. You guys did outstanding. Thank you.
They did. Well, that's our job. If we make you feel uncomfortable, the chances are it's going to be a bad interview. So we always want to take the temperature down.
Have a good day. Thanks, Carla. Thanks, Sedona.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Stan, we have Eileen and her daughters are getting ready to chime in.
All right. All right.
They're waiting. They should be coming in shortly. She was putting the dogs away. Yeah. Sedona and her mom are fantastic. Sedona spoke at one of the conferences, had a segment in there with the generation 20-somethings. Sedona is 24 years old. She's been to 7 continents, and she has a company, a business on the side where she promotes businesses, women-owned businesses from other countries all over where she's been that don't exploit them, that they actually own their businesses and not working in sweatshops. So she's a phenomenal young lady.
I can tell. She says she's visited 7 continents.
She has all of them.
Yeah, you can't do that if you're average. That
You
is
can't do that if you're average. She is phenomenal. Yes, she is. I'm so very excited. Her mom is one of my good friends.
Got it. Well, that's a
So
good.
she was in Antarctica?
Yeah,
She went
my
to
producer said
Antarctica.
it in art. She was in art. All
She
right,
went to Antarctica doing some research with the company.
all right.
Wow.
All right, Eileen is on her way.
All right. So they're gonna do Miss Independent.
Yes, Miss Independent. This
That's
will be
right.
great. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. I'm very excited.
That's
Um,
right. We
So,
going
do you have folks on staff that could help with putting together a sizzle reel just in case? I'd like to have a backup.
Oh, absolutely. I have a young man in North Carolina named Bernard Simmons of Unique Vision.
hmm
His work is unbelievable. I
This,
mean, from the graphics to the animation, he rolls it all in. And if you have music that you want to use, Bernard can do that as well. So, you know,
okay. I just want to have a backup.
oh yeah. So just let me know.
Is he a part of MBN?
Yes,
Okay.
he's in the Carolinas chapter. The name of his company is Unique Vision.
Okay.
And he's worked for a who's who in Hollywood.
Okay.
People call on him from all across the country. He's one of the best video editors in the country.
Perfect. All right, Eileen.
Oh, somebody's here, Nicole.
Yeah, this Eileen and both of her daughters are here.
Yeah.
That's
Look at
right. That's
Look at
right.
those beauties. Hey, beautiful.
All right, they are here. Yeah, yes. So, so we have Jasmine, and Nicole with their mom today, and they are going to sing "Miss Independent" by Neo.
Oh yeah, and I was just looking at the lyrics. I was just looking at the lyrics. The shoes on my feet, I bought it.
That's right. The car that I drive, I
I
bought
bought
it.
it. The watch on my wrist, I bought it. Yeah.
All right, we got.
Man, I'm gonna put you on solo again.
All right, yeah, just so
And
we
if
can
they're
start.
gonna sing, I'll put them on solo.
No, they're gonna
You
speak
do wanna
today,
sing.
George. We would have had to get a mic for 'em, man.
Do we need to be closer?
No, you guys are good. He's gonna put you on the screen. He's gonna start off with me in a solo shot to introduce you,
Okay.
and then we're gonna go from there.
Alrighty.
Tell me when, George.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right. Welcome back to Masterclass. Stan Matthews here today. We are with the mother and daughter teams. And so today we're going to have mom to the second power. This particular mom has both of her daughters, and they are going to speak about something that African American women know a lot about, and that is independence. So I want to welcome Eileen Marcial and her beautiful daughters. Ladies, please introduce yourself to your audience.
I'm Nicole. I'm her older daughter. I work at Colgate-Palmolive as an engineer in analytics, and I live in Rahway, New Jersey.
All right, and daughter number 2.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm the youngest. I used to live in Philadelphia and work for Vanguard, but I still work for Vanguard, but I live at home now with my parents.
All right. So you help out with the dog.
So she brought one with her.
Yeah.
Grandpa Joey.
Yeah, my daughter has a dog too, but sometimes it's our dog when she doesn't exactly take care of the dog the way that
I think we all go through that at some phase.
That's right. And my friend, Miss Eileen Marcia. Eileen, welcome to you and your beautiful daughter. So listen, I'm going to ask daughters first to respond to the first question that I'm going to ask Eileen. When you guys were younger, what did the concept of independence mean to you? Who did you learn it from? And what do you think of it now? Okay. So when you were younger, what did independence mean? Who did you learn it from? What does it mean to you now?
When I was younger, independence always meant like being able to financially support yourself, like being able to have a house and a job. And I think I actually got a lot of it from watching TV because that's where they throw the word around a lot. Then you see your parents doing it, so you know they're independent. That was just the concept. And then as you get older, you start to slowly experience it more. So of course, learned it from my parents, learned it from being out in the real world, and also just learned it from my friends and the media.
Thank you so much. All right, sis. Top that.
Said anything. You just stole all your words.
Yeah, I just feel like I learned from my parents. It's just good.
That's okay.
Sorry.
All right. So Eileen, when you were younger and you heard the term independent, what does that mean to you? Obviously, you probably got that from your parents as well. And now, what does it mean to you now?
Well, when I was younger, it meant being able to do what I wanted to do as long as it was within the parameters of what was right. So I was always termed as a good girl. I got in no trouble because I saw what my brother did. But on the other hand, it was being able to have, my mom always said, always have your own money. My dad always said the same. So no matter what, and I still get chastised for it because there's always at least one folded up $100 bill in my wallet. So that I always have cash. Always have your own money was a form of independence. And what it means to me now, I just love seeing the independent women that my daughters have grown to be. You know, they do have their own jobs, have their own cars, have their own sense of financial literacy and what's right in the world and what's right with them and what they do. But now, given the pandemic being what it is, it was a stretch, and you had to come out of your comfort zone from being in confines closer than what was normal. So the independence came from jumping out of your comfort zone and knowing that you could stand on your 2 feet and get things done. So that I hope I answered your question.
You did. So that's a beautiful segue into the next part. So Nicole and Jasmine and Mom, the next question is, this pandemic has constrained all of us, challenged all of us. How does it impacted your independence now? Jasmine, you go first. Oh, you go.
I guess I'm more dependent. I don't know. I am independent still, I guess. But I also like moved back home, and I feel like I kind of pushed, like not pushed away. Oh well, yeah, pushed away from independence completely because now I like depend on my mom and my dad a bit. Um, so it's like changed in the aspect that I still have it. I work. I have my own job. I still like pay for my storage for my my stuff that's still in Philadelphia. Uh, but I still like my mom cooks me dinner. I don't have to cook my own dinner anymore. So I have some people to depend on now.
That's right. That home cooked meal makes a difference, doesn't it? Kind of wants you to become a little dependent. At least for the good food, right? So Nicole, how has the pandemic impacted your independence?
I think to Jasmine's point, the pandemic kind of did a bit of making you more independent and more dependent, like especially with your family, because we were more together like all the time now. Even though I don't live here, I feel like I see them more. I see my husband a lot more than I did before the pandemic. So we got a little more dependent in that way without actually losing our independence, our ability to be on our own if we needed to be. So I think we actually got closer together. I've become more independent from a work standpoint because I don't see my boss face to face every day. I don't see colleagues face to face every day. So I've had to figure out how to do things in my own workspace. So more independent in that way, but actually closer together from a family standpoint.
Yeah, that's what I want you to dial in on, Eileen. The independence in you're just a naturally independent person, and you're great at what you do. But everyone is working mobile and everyone is working virtually. You're more independent from the office. So tell me how how that dynamic. I know you are the Zoom marathoner.
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. But you know what, Stan? The funny thing is that I didn't even know how to get on a Zoom in February of last year. And Jasmine can attest to that. And she's been my tech guru since she's been back here and bailed me out of many a situation. But the independence that came from this, it made me a better leader in my business. Made me learn more of how to get better at what I do and how to streamline the whole process. And then when you have technical geniuses in the form of two daughters, and it just makes things so much easier. So the independence came from one, knowing that the company provides you with access to Zooms, but hey, no one can do that Zoom better than me, in my opinion. So I had gotten independent. I would do a Zoom at the drop of a hat. I'll run in the house 5 minutes before it's time, turn on the computer to make sure the lighting's right, and boom, showtime. So I've gotten way more independent on things like that. And I still have a heavy dependency on Jasmine because I'm still not quite sure on how to add and subtract slides from Zoom presentations and other things like that. And to Jasmine's credit, while she has been here and enjoying the food and no rent and all that good stuff, and in puppy care, but the things that she's done on her own independently have been amazing. There were things that were problem areas in the house that needed attention, and she took it upon herself to see to it that those things were taken care of. So it was a win-win situation, the independence, codependence, and dependence whole situation. And with Nicole, it was a concerted effort because she got married in September. So we were dependent on each other, but we independently did what we needed to do to make things happen. So we worked very, very well as a team. These are girls right here.
That's right, girl power. So there's black girl magic happening right here on the master class this morning. You guys are the definition of independence. Your success is obvious. You're a tight-knit family, that is very clear. And so right here and right now, you're demonstrating that you can succeed, enjoy your independence, even in the time of pandemic. And so I want to thank you guys for being with us this morning. And as I said to the last segment, and I don't have to say it to this segment, obviously, stop trying so hard to fit in. You were born to stand out. And you guys are already standing out because you're from a standout mom and dad. Thanks so much for being with us this morning, and keep on succeeding.
Thank
Great
you
to have you
for
guys.
having us. It was an honor and a joy. And Miss Soncere Woodford is a force of nature. Thank you so very much for having us and including us in this.
Well, she's in the green room watching and writing. So she's about to come in the room. You'll see her on screen in a moment.
Awesome.
Come on in here, Madam Producer.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. You guys are beautiful. You did such a great job. I am very, very thankful from the bottom of my heart. Stan is helping me curate this wonderful documentary, and you guys are going to be fantastic stars in this documentary. So thank you for showing up and being the strong, independent woman that you are. Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you for having us.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm getting more excited every interview that happens. that I'm seeing the dream, the vision in my head
Coming together.
unfold and right in front of my eyes. I don't know what it's going to be like in the end, but I know it's going to be a wonderful work of art. So I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
forward to it.
So this time right here, we are going to see Miss Michelle Walker Davis and Destiny and Davinia.
Yes.
Or is it Divina or is it
I'm
Davinia?
not exactly sure, Divina or Davinia. She should be coming on in a second.
And we're going to talk about value. Value. Jen, Jerry still in the green room? Yeah. All right. Hey, Jerry.
We are moving right along.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
I'm not
hello.
showing myself.
Yeah. So,
We can't see you guys.
well, she got to put on her face, Jen. You
Oh.
can't ask her. Got to put on her face. Are you enjoying the interviews, honey?
Yes.
Did you see
I
both
just
of them?
want to let George know, or that I can't see who's in the backstage from my end.
Okay,
How does she get to see the green room, George?
I have no idea.
That answers that question. Oh, we're gonna have to do some StreamYard research. Well, you've got that 3-pager I shared with you, honey. So take a look to see if you could figure it out. You're great with that stuff. See if you can
No,
figure
I
out.
think I have to be a host to see that.
Oh,
She's probably right.
George, can you share? Can she co-host with you? There should be a co-hosting command on there. There should be a co-hosting option.
So, Stan, I'm getting lots of feedback from people who have interviewed with you and how good you are. I said, Stan is a professional. He's definitely professional. They're like, oh my God, it was so much easier with him. I said, yeah, a lot of folks were worried about how it's going to go.
Well, I'm going to get them smiling right away.
Good.
So when they smile, it takes the temperature down. It makes them feel comfortable because people assume too much.
Yes.
About an interview. When you turn a camera on, it creates a dynamic sometimes that you don't get the best out of people. So the first thing you have to do is calm them, because things that they would naturally say and would kind of flow come out very choppy, and they're terrified. And I don't like that. I don't think
I understand wholeheartedly. I feel the same way.
Well, you're one of those people.
I understand. I get choppy at times too.
Listen, I know people in New York who have a drink at 9 a.m. in the morning before they do their talk show, just to calm them a little bit. And I think that's unnecessary. I'm a YouTube person, so I get my laugh on with Country Wayne and Major Hype and all of the YouTube comedians.
Yeah.
A little bit of Tiffany Haddish. When laughter is good for the heart,
it is
good for the soul, and you can just do your thing.
Okay.
So we are waiting on the Davises, huh?
Yep, I'm gonna give them a call.
Oh, I see them. They're in the green room.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
There they are. The beauties are here.
I'm just gonna switch to the other side. This is not my ideal side of my face.
Okay.
All right, Michelle. She said she got you. She's gonna move you to the other side.
Or I could pull up next to her. But I know what works for me and what doesn't. You see the difference? I don't.
I see beauty on both sides. And I do understand what you're saying.
Is there a second daughter, Michelle?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have here Destiny.
Yes.
And Davinia.
No, Davinia is not here. This is Destiny.
All right. So I already feel like something special is going to happen. I kind of feel my destiny. Ooh.
Hi, Destiny.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you. I'm
It's a
Soncere.
pleasure.
Nice
It's a
to meet
pleasure.
you as
It's a
well.
pleasure to meet you, Destiny. All right, we're going to talk some values. Destiny, I wonder where you got your values from. Man, that's kind of hard for me to think about. I wonder.
Well, I'm sure you see my dad's face on me a little bit. Between my father and my mother, I've spent years learning from, my grandparents and everyone before me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Listen, I'm very aware. You've got a real village around you.
Yes.
All right, so Georgia, we all set?
Yep.
All right, all right. Okay, we're gonna have our final segment here in Masterclass today, and I'm super excited about this particular segment. You know, we might have just saved our diamonds for last, right? So to Soncere Woodford and Capital S Publishing, you are an amazing producer, a pro at what you do, girlfriend. Everything that you touch turns to diamonds, gold, and platinum. And so, since you saved your best for last, I want to invite my dear friend Michelle Walker Davis into this morning's interview with her daughter Destiny. We're going to talk some values. So, welcome to Masterclass. We're going to have a great time. So, Michelle and Destiny, we're going to ask you about your perception and your conception of the word value today. And so, Destiny, when you were a young woman, what did the concept of value mean to you? Who did you learn it from? And what do you think the impact of having a certain value system has on your self-confidence?
Well, I definitely learned my set of values from my parents. That's my primary, those are my first teachers, instructors, everything.
Right.
And I learned that a value is something that you hold on to no matter what. It is your standard, your principle, your bottom line. And having that sense of, I guess it just gave me like a sense of morale or, character. So I navigate the world a certain way. I don't compromise. And that's helped me keep a certain level of confidence as well.
I got it. I got it. All right, Madam Michelle. What's your conception of the word value when you were a young woman? Who did you learn it from? And what's your conception of value today?
Well, today, that's a long story right there. But I will tell you that my mother was a very strong woman. She was the oldest of 5 sisters. So she was the second mother. And her sisters all went through a divorce, 1 or 2 divorces. And so she always had them over to our home. Their family would move in with our family. And eventually my father would buy properties and rent them out to her sisters so that they would have their own homes. So I learned a lot about values from my mother, from what she did, and from my father. He was a businessman with a heart. He was very, very humble and community minded. So just watching them operate throughout the community and the love that the community had for them, I just learned about community service so early. So my value system is really based on family, community, and church.
I got it. I got it. So, Destiny, let's come back to you. Has your value system contributed to your self-confidence?
It has. Like I said, it's helped the way I navigate the world, the way I interact with other people, whether it's a value such as, having integrity. Like there's certain things that I just can't tolerate in any relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's, a work relationship. So I hold myself to a high standard, and that's based on my values that I've, learned since a young age.
So same question to you, Michelle. Have your values, your conception of it contributed to your self-confidence?
Absolutely. Not only was I raised around strong values within our household, but my grandfather, I was raised on his knee in Washington, D.C. I would go there for the summer. And he was a card player. And he would throw the cards on the table and say, "Bam, this is MRW you're talking to. Take that. This is MRW." And so I was MCW at the time. So I grew up talking trash to my friends and family, saying I'm MCW. So the confidence was always there. So you got it from different, levels and angles. It's an ancestral thing, as you know.
Absolutely.
A lot of what's in our DNA is passed on through our ancestry.
Absolutely, absolutely. I wish I could meet that grandfather of yours. Sounds like my grandfather. I mean, anyone who knows me, it hears the name Benjamin Andrews or my grandfather 100 times, right?
Yeah.
Because my maternal grandfather and grandmother raised me until I came to this country. So let me ask you guys this question. Everyone has their own experience in this pandemic. So, Destiny, have your values been a source of security for you during this pandemic?
I'd say that they have been a sort of security, especially family. I have the concept that family is first. I've always been that way. And especially with this pandemic, you have so many people, on edge, or their relatives have been passing away. So it kind of forced me to go back to those early values, make those phone calls, because you just never know.
I got you. And but the one thing about your family, that source of security, probably has been there for you throughout this last year, right?
For sure, definitely.
I feel that. I'm sitting in a room in Princeton, New Jersey, and like when you just went into that, like the energy was right here in this room. So I can sense, Michelle, that that Destiny is really into those things that mean so much to family, because her whole countenance, her whole face changed. It was like, boom. I'm glad you got the Walkers and the Davises, young lady.
She's a challenge because we're both
So Michelle, has the values of your family contributed to your sense of security and well-being throughout this very, very different year?
Yes, absolutely. Some things that came to mind was my father, a military guy, and he didn't care where you were during the day, but at dinner time, we all had to be seated at the table for dinner, and that was the whole family. And so, we're very busy household, so we'll eat different places and all of that. But during the pandemic, we made time to sit at the table, and even virtually with my two sons that aren't here, we included them, and it just made a difference. Family was put on the forefront. Family was always there, but you somehow take it for granted. And then during the pandemic, with us being sheltered in place together, family became everything, And that's the way it should be. But it took a pandemic for us to really put it on the forefront.
Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Because, I definitely have to add this, and my parents are very much pro-education, and that could be in the form of, higher education, in a formal setting, but definitely reading and expanding your brain like on your own. So I was raised to believe that knowledge is power and that you can do anything that you put your mind to. I think that plays a role in this pandemic because a lot of people's work situation is, uncertain. So this has created the passion economy, and everyone is like, wow, I've had these ideas. Maybe now's the time to do something with that. And that goes into another value, which is faith. I always fall back on my faith no matter what. And in these unprecedented times, it makes a difference for sure. It keeps you going.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that, Destiny. With God, all things are possible. Well, Soncere, you definitely saved the diamonds for last, right? So I just learned a new term. Masterclass audience, write this down. It's probably going to go viral. Destiny Davis. the passion economy. The hashtag passion economy. That's going to be a viral term. The passion economy.
And she's probably right. You have to listen to
That was going to go viral.
I
And
don't remember who coined the term, but that's how people have been moving from 2020 until now. You've seen like a surge.
that's right. That's right. And when I have opportunities to coach, particularly young men, which I love to do, involved with many organizations, I always begin by saying, love it or leave it alone. Because anything that you do, you love, it's not really work, right?
For sure.
Absolutely.
If you don't love it, it is really work. It's a lot of work. So love it or leave it alone. Your passion fuels your purpose.
Yes.
It also fuels your proficiency, right? Destiny also said another thing, masterclass audience, that I absolutely love. This is a scripture that's very dear to me. We are transformed by the renewal of our mind.
Yes.
Mind is the molder and maker. Your mind is either creating miracles or your mind is creating nightmares. So, ... Use it to create your miracle. So, Michelle and Destiny, thank you so much for sharing. You guys were amazing, outstanding, and a whole bag of Doritos. Soncere, come on in from the green room. We've had a great time this morning. Our producer of this particular segment is here, the one and only Soncere Woodford.
Hi, ladies. You did so well. I was just jumping up and down and clapping my hands like I was in a studio audience. I'm so excited.
Well, you were. I always say, Stan, that Soncere is the gift that keeps on giving, because she has no idea how she blesses people, on and on and on. Just the little things that she does that really do mean a lot.
Well, I appreciate that. The blessing is duplicated always from Michelle. She doesn't realize it either. She's my bookend. So I'm thankful to have met her.
Yes.
Because my life has been enhanced by, I am here with you, Stan, because of Michelle. So I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I consider Soncere, her smile brightens up every room, and her mind expands everybody's wisdom.
Yes.
I mean, she's one of these people who's very economical and deliberate about her speech. When we have MBN meetings, I listen to her very carefully because not a single word is wasted. Soncere is not good at BS. She just doesn't know how to do it. Everything is so substantive.
I don't. I can't even pretend. So
that's not your lane. I'm good at this. I'm good at
this. Quiet, calming peace. And that's what she represents for me. That peaceful calmness.
She's very
funny. And Soncere comes in.
She's gifted. She's extremely gifted in that area. Destiny, what do you do for a living?
So currently I'm working virtually. I have a small virtual assistant gig. So I'm helping people with their technology, and that does include my parents who have their own businesses. Awesome. But my goal is to get into medical school. So, waiting to see kind of how that plays out. And
awesome.
So have you thought about Rutgers Medical School?
Definitely. I applied there.
You did. What was the response?
No response yet. So,
Well, Dr. Robert Johnson, who is the president of Rutgers Medical School, is a personal friend. So if you can get your application to Mom, I don't have any problem giving Dr. Bob a call and saying, this particular application is very meaningful to me.
That would be wonderful.
Look at God. Amen to that.
20,000, you never know. I mean, more people than ever have also applied to medical school this year.
Well, Rutgers has a special charge at this point.
Mhm.
to make the medical school more diverse than it has been.
Mhm.